fans are ready, and it looks like the fighters are now ready. And watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you.
Hector. King Rod. Ryan Garcia, one of the brightest stars in all of boxing.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, from Bayamon, Puerto Rico.
So much hype. We're expecting an all-out offensive display. Now I'm going to get a little more loosey-goosey. Let's see how this one feels. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. Nice counter punch right up the middle. We've seen this fighter in the past go 12 rounds and not have a mark on their face. That's what happens when you stick and move. You hit and you don't get hit.
These are my kind of fighters, boxing on the edge of the ring, using the jab, using the footwork, moving left to right. It's like a bull in a matador.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Now exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Insane action. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, you want to bait them in to throw first. Make them think you're going to throw a punch so that they exchange.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Hector Camacho that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
As long as they don't get complacent.
Here we go for round two. Hey, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Punch, counter punch. Beautiful counter punch. Back and forth they go. They exchange punches. Lucky that hook didn't score. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Unlike the heavier fighters, these fighters throw so many punches, it's hard to keep up. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. And he misses with that straight left. Catch and shoot. How about that time counter shot? Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Punch caught him clean. Let's talk about Hector Camacho. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important.
Back on the job.
The bell rings and we start the third. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Blistering hand speed from both of these outstanding lightweights.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Got out of the way of that right hook. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
The perfect counter lands. Well, you know, in this division, we're going to see a lot of combinations, a lot of counter punching.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Nice slip to avoid the jab. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Hector Camacho in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Get your shots up. Great round, great round. Now relax. Relax now. I don't want you to load. Only one round. Don't worry about it.
Back at it in round 4. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
They exchange punches. The jab not finding its target. That counter shot lands. Both men step back for just a moment. Good counter punch. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Nice counter. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Hector Camacho that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
Come on, switch on. Get your boxing back together. You've done all smart.
Good work out there. The job's working nice. Those ones...
Back into the fray here in round 5. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him, Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Good shot with the left cross. How about that time counter shot? Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
The straight right just misses. Good punch. Punch, counter punch. Here we go with these two lightning-quick lightweights.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Down goes Hector Camacho. Thank goodness we've got instant replay. We get to see it again.
A shot from the gods took him out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let's talk about Hector Camacho. That'll be it. Here we go in the 6th round. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Trade shots. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Jab slightly off target. Counter punch. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Good counter punch. That jab doesn't score. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Hector Camacho in that last round. Well, there was no doubt. There's the bell to start round 7. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
In this division, both fighters will constantly be on their toes trying to punch and counterpunch.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Nice slip to avoid the jab. That counter shot lands. A swing and a miss with that jab. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You'd like to see more jabs. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Can't land that jab. Camacho in serious trouble right now. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Hector Camacho that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
Wow, it's like two different...
There's the bell to start round 8. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming.
So much for boxing. This is a fist fight.
Well done with that counter shot.
Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Throws the jab but does not score. He threw a punch and just got countered. The courage on display here is incredible. Beautiful counter punch. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Hector Camacho in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here. And we enter the ninth. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Well, you know, in this division, you got to have speed and you got to have footwork or you're going to be a cooked goose.
Let me explain to you about a fast fight that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have the quick burst. Boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Camacho in serious trouble right now. Down goes Hector Camacho. Let's see that again.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
When you watch lightweights, you expect high-level footwork and hand speed, and that's what we're getting here this afternoon. When are we going to see a jab from these two? So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Let's talk about Hector Camacho. What a huge momentum swing that's. And there's the bell to start round 10. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Oh, and it's flashing lights for the flash here. He's got to get out of trouble. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What are they going to do? What are they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. A perfect counter lands. Nice defense with that jab. The referee calls time, and we'll look at the cut. So apparently the referee deems it's not that serious, and this fight moves on. Let's talk about Hector Camacho in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
You know what? I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, boy, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
And there's the bell for round 11. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. It's not always about who hits harder. In this division, ring IQ can go a long way.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you're there and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Off the charts action from both of these fighters. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Unlucky to miss with that jab. A perfect counter lands. The old adage is no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
What you've got to do, Teddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Very very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Hector Camacho that last round. You know that bell was sweet music? Who thought we would have made it to 12? Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn? Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa, lights out. It's over. This fight is done. Cue up the replay machine. I have got to see that again.
You're right, Todd. What?
So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
What a build-up. What a jerk.